Hey everybody, you know what time it is. It is Sipping with Sue time. I am Szu-Moy, and if you are joining us for the first time, I am chatting with real people doing real things extraordinarily. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And if you have not gone over to my YouTube channel, please do. Go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell to get all of the latest content as soon as it is uploaded. So tonight I have the pleasure of welcoming a longtime and super talented friend, Chef Krista Vance. Thank you for coming tonight. How are you, my dear?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's so nice to be here. Thank you for having us on.
Yes, it's been a long time, and you also have a helper with you, and her name is.
This is Leanna. I've known her for a long time. She's done a lot of baking classes with me and cooking classes, and she
Hmm.
is here tonight to help us make some creme brulee.
Fantastic, and she's a fifth grader. I was told, correct?
Yes, yes, yep. And she goes to Concordia Lutheran. Her mom's a teacher there, and that's the same school that Chloe went to. So it's a lot of fun. Go to
Oh,
church
I
together.
love
So
it! Yay, I
yes.
love it! I love it so much. So, so Krista and I go back quite a little bit. So before we get started, I would just want to like really quickly for the people that don't know Krista and don't know the story between Krista and I and how we met. Krista, would you please tell that short story for us because you were like a very pivotal
Yes.
person in my life.
Yes.
So,
So it all started with this random phone call from this
mhm,
gentleman named Juan with this crazy request if I would make dinner in his home that was under construction
mhm,
without a stove, no water, you know, no refrigeration. If I would cook this big fancy dinner because he was going to propose to his girlfriend who was he was going to go pick her up from the airport and bring her to the house so he could kind of do a little walkthrough. So at first I thought it was a prank phone call. So I was like, all right, this is crazy. But we went through with it all and got it all set up. And
mhm.
I showed up with this amazing dinner and dessert. And
And it
thankfully
was
she said
fabulous.
yes.
Yes,
Thankfully
it
she said
did.
yes.
And it still touches my
Yes.
heart. So yes.
I know. It was so awesome. It
Oh my
was
goodness.
an
Yeah.
amazing
So
opportunity. We've never done anything like that before and haven't been asked again. So it's
yes, it was
really
so
special, very
fabulous. It was
special.
super special and super amazing. And I didn't know. I had no clue. I thought we were gonna have pizzas.
I
It was
know. Well,
fabulous. It was fabulous. So, Krista,
oh,
can you give us a little bit of background on yourself so that folks can get acquainted with you?
absolutely. Was a lifelong military dependent, and we traveled all over. And I absolutely loved cooking and learning
Hmm.
about new cultures and ingredients and how to enjoy them and how to cook them and learn how to do different things. And I spent a lot of time when I was younger and right outside of Chicago in the kitchen with my grandmother and learned how to cook and bake. So that's always been a constant in my life. So when my husband retired from the Air Force and we were here in San Antonio, I had the opportunity to really do something that I loved, and I didn't have to reinvent myself at a new duty station and figure out where I was going to work or what I was going to do. So I opened Krista's Culinary Creations as a kind of a dream opportunity, and it's really spun into something that I absolutely love. It's a way for me to do meal ministries to people that need meals and teach kids and adults and people how to cook and how to enjoy food. And
And
it's a
it's
lot of fun.
very enjoyable when it's so
Yes.
divine because you are fabulous,
Well,
fabulous
thank you.
stuff. So,
Thank you.
how
Thank
long have
you.
you been cooking, and when did you know that cooking was like your thing?
Probably as long as I can remember, honestly, I would pick apples from my grandma's apple tree and we'd go inside and
Mhm.
make applesauce and apple pies and all kinds of different apple cobblers, all kinds of things. And so, as
Mhm.
long as I can remember, I've been cooking, and it's always been my love language of, if I like somebody, I want to make them cookies and make them cupcakes and have their kids over and do cooking and do fun
Mhm.
things. It's all food related. That's really a lot of who I am.
Oh, awesome. Yes, and you're so giving. So you are also all about teaching classes and making sure that folks of all ages can create with food. So
Absolutely.
tell us a little bit more about some of the classes and the programs that you offer. I mean, we have Liana here. that's been working with you.
Yes,
So tell us
yes.
a little bit about that.
So I really like to have kids involved in the kitchen because a lot of times they will eat and try things if they've made it. You know, we've converted kids that didn't like any vegetables where they can eat and enjoy and cook and make all kinds of different vegetables. And that's one of the things that Leanna has done when she's come to the kitchen is it's free. It's truly grandma's kitchen, and we make and all kinds of different ingredients and experiment with different things, and we've made slime and all kinds of other crazy concoctions together. So it's definitely a lot of fun. And adults, a lot of times we've got college kids that are going off and have never cooked before and need to have those skills before they're leaving home and going to be in college. So
Yeah, they need to know how to make a little bit more than ramen noodles.
yes, exactly. Or at least if they're going to have ramen, we need to learn how to kind of jazz it up a little bit.
Add some flair to it. Yeah,
Yes,
add some flair
yes,
to it for
absolutely.
sure. For sure. That's so funny.
Yeah,
So, okay, so we are going to get right into a dessert that I actually am in love with. I love, love, love creme brulee.
yes,
So,
yeah,
I'm going to have you go ahead and take the reins and tell us how we can make this
yeah.
sometimes intimidating dessert at home.
Exactly. And that's why we kind of chose this because it's something that the kids always want to make and people are they're intimidated about it, and it's really super super easy, and it's also very forgiving. And a lot of times people think they need special equipment, and we're just going to show you some ways that you can put it together with things that everybody has at home. I had given you the recipe. Is that something that people can get from you?
They can. So, if you want to walk us through what you're doing and then how you're putting everything together, I'm going to make sure that the recipe that Krista is actually showing everybody right
Great.
now is going to be in the feed later. So,
Perfect,
yes, I'll
perfect.
post it
So the
later.
first
Yes.
thing is
So,
heavy whipping cream, and this is 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, and we add that to a pot, and then we just put that on the stove top and get that warm. So we're going to just kind of do some TV magic here. So we're going to put that on the stove top to get it warm, and then Leanna is going to add 4 egg yolks, a teaspoon of the best quality vanilla that you can find. Try to stay away from anything imitation, and a third of a cup of sugar. So she's going to stir those ingredients together. And some of the things that we do with it to make it kind of custom with the holidays coming up, you can make any flavor creme brulee. You can substitute the vanilla for whatever flavor you want it to be. Pumpkin spice is all the rage. We've done coffee, cinnamon, lavender, almond, peppermint, all kinds of different flavors. So that's a way you can really make it fun and customize it a little bit, is do those flavors. So this is nice and warm now. So once that's warm, then we're going to add what Leanna has mixed together and put that in. And then we're going to get her back to work stirring that again. So there you go. So if you stir that back together, and then all you want to do then is put it in a water bath, and you just add warm water, and then once this is mixed, you can add it to the little ramekins, and you can use any kind of thing. This is what you can buy if you really want to be, adventurous, and um, if you really want to be adventurous and invest in an actual creme brulee set, you can buy something like this. But otherwise, you can use just any kind of basic cake pan. These are just little mason jars, any little ramekins. You just pour the creme brulee mixture in, put a hot water to about halfway up, and then bake it 350 oven until it kind of sets. It's like I said, it's really forgiving, so you can uh, bake it a little bit longer, and it's going to be okay. And then you can, it'll also kind of get solid in the refrigerator. Some of the other things you can use are just little disposable pie plates, loaf pans, really anything that you have, you can do. And they have a long shelf life. You can freeze them. And then the fun part is the when you're gonna do the sugar. So these are 2 that we did earlier, and they've got the sugar on those. So we're gonna take this, and then we're gonna have Leanna show us how you can decorate them with all kinds of different berries. And then we're gonna top these while she's decorating these. We're gonna top these with the sugar so we can kind of show you how to crystallize that. So I'm just topping these with, you can do brown sugar, and these are just ones that we've done. I'll do a couple and then I'll hold it so you guys can see. And then this is just granulated, just plain white sugar. Something you can do with the sugar is you can also flavor the sugar with extract. Sometimes we'll mix in some lavender when it's, lavender season, and vanilla. Same thing with all the other pumpkin spice, coffee. You just want to top that with some sugar, and you don't have to top it with sugar. This just kind of makes it kind of fun. And then these torches, they sell just the tops, or they sell these little kits that you can buy. Actually, HEB has a little handheld one. And if you don't have a torch, you can just put this whole thing in the oven under the broiler. You just want to do a torch. And you just want to kind of melt the sugar on top. And this is a taste preference. If you want to just melt it a little bit so you can really do, it doesn't work well tilted, so I'm going to have to keep it straight. So you just want to melt the sugar, and then you can add berries to that. And like I said, you can do it under the broiler as well. I'm going to turn that off. And you can see, this is some of the ones that she's decorated. So you can put whatever berries you want. You can leave them plain if you don't want to have berries on them. And then you can do fresh mint, any other kind of garnish you want. We like to drizzle a little honey on the top of ours as well. So there you go. That's as easy as that is.
All right, awesome. I am losing, like I've got some digitization over here just because I think of where we're at, unfortunately. So I can't really see you anymore.
That's okay.
But I'm super excited because you just gave me some really good ideas, and it doesn't seem that difficult. So I'm going to try it also at home. But because we're coming into the fall season, there are so many different, I think, combinations that we can do.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, with creme brulee and making it different. You said to add some different extracts and different flavors for the sugar, just to give it that little pop for fall flavors. So that's super exciting.
Yep, you can do food coloring. My granddaughter and her friends have made pink creme brulees. They've made marble colors. The possibilities are endless. You can really get creative and have a lot of fun with it.
That is awesome. Well, thank you so much for showing us. And then,
you're welcome.
How can folks get in touch with you to like book a class or to get your services? Because you do, as we had stated earlier in this, is that you do cook and do.
We do, and people can get a hold of me through Facebook, Krista's Culinary Creations. It's a public page, and we've got a website, kristasculinarycreations.com, or they can reach out to me through my phone, 210-422-7026, or email chefkrista@gmail.com. And I can't hear you anymore. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, she said she couldn't. She said she couldn't hear me. She couldn't see me anymore. And I can't hear her.
She's gone, and we're just talking to you guys.
So some of the other questions that you and I had talked about were an ingredient that I always had in my pantry. And for me, that is honey. We have commercial beehives, so we harvest our own honey, and we do have that for sale, local honey. And
oh, you're still here. Okay, you're back.
Okay.
You're back.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say I couldn't hear you.
I was about to go off, and I was like, I can't hear her. I can't do anything. So the connection's really bad. So I apologize.
Right.
So
no,
sorry.
that's okay. That's okay. So I just kept talking. So
Okay.
So
So for you to, so we're going to go ahead and make sure that all of your information is on the feed for not only the
perfect.
recipe, but to get in touch with you, your number.
Great.
We'll make sure that your Facebook connection is in there so so folks can get in touch with you that way. And
Great.
is there anything else you'd like to add?
I don't know if it was picked up or not because our connection was crazy, but one of the things you would ask me is an ingredient that I always have in my pantry, and that's for me honey, because we have 32 beehives, so we harvest our own honey, and it's all local, unfiltered raw honey. So it's great for allergies and all kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be sweet, it can be savory. So this is always a staple. We use it on chicken, on salmon, in our tea.
So can we buy that? So can we buy the honey that you're producing?
Yes, we do ship worldwide, and we have it for sale at our shop.
Okay, so I need to get some of that too. Okay, so that was okay, so that was one of my questions on my just for fun speed round. So we're gonna go ahead and go for the rest of the questions as we're wrapping up. Your favorite spice that you can't live without?
Favorite spice, probably cinnamon, because it's got so many health properties. And again, it can be sweet, it can be savory, and it can really mix in and change the flavor of a lot of things. So I like the medicinal purposes that it offers as well.
I like nutmeg. I like nutmeg because that's another one that people I think underutilize. They don't realize how much you can work with nutmeg. So that's awesome. All right, so I know you love your desserts. I love my desserts too, but salty or sweet?
Oh my gosh, probably sweet. I have a huge sweet tooth. And that's probably why we do the desserts.
Exactly. And what is the most difficult dessert that you've ever made?
You know, I had this when we were actually living in Iceland, and I had one of my husband's troops give me this strawberry cake that his grandmother made, and it was this cryptic, handwritten, really old recipe, and I was terrified to make that dessert because it's his grandma's, you know. I had nothing to go by, so I was so terrified to make that strawberry dessert. So it came out. He said it was good. I don't know if he was just being nice because my husband was his boss or what, but that was the most difficult dessert that I ever did.
Oh wow! Oh, did you have pictures of it?
No, nothing. No pictures. His grandmother had passed away years before, so it was just something that he had fond memories of, and he put me to the task. So
yeah. I love it. That is so sweet, and you are amazing. You're doing amazing things, and for the folks that want to get in touch with Krista, we'll make sure that everything is in the feed for sure. And thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
We miss you so much. We miss your cooking and your food, and I'm like super stoked that you have fresh honey that you're
yes, I'll have to bring you guys some.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm ready to purchase. So.
All right.
Thank you so much. You have a great weekend. For everybody else, have a great Labor Day weekend, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yes, thank you. Tell Juan I said hello.
I will. Take care, you guys.
Bye-bye. Yep. Bye.